Welcome to Virtual Eats Guru, where barbecue and grilling is made tasty. So today we're actually going to do wild pheasant. We had a little bit of fun and did some pheasant hunting and picked up some birds, and so we're going to do that for today's video. And if you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe in the lower right hand corner. Appreciate it. And so today, we went out, like I said, and got some pheasant, and it's interesting because if you've never had pheasant before, or if you have, wild pheasant is not chicken. People will say it kind of tastes like chicken, and it doesn't. It's got its own flavor. Some of the pen-raised birds, or the ones they release birds, maybe a little bit less, but real wild pheasant it's got its own particular flavor. I happen to really like it, and if you do it right, it's pretty good. And so in this particular case, what I did is I actually just took the breast meat out and do it that way, and I'm going to do a couple different marinades. And part of the reason for that is I'm doing this video more of not like your hardcore hunter that eats wild meat and is really used to it. It's more of, we have a lot of different people over, and I cook different things for folks, and a lot of times if someone hasn't had wild game before, or wild pheasant for that matter, these marinades really help because they give it a lot of extra flavor, and you still get the pheasant flavor, but it's not overbearing where it might be to someone that's never had it before. Another tip on doing wild meat like this, I tend to just do the breast meat for the most part. You can do some of the other parts of it, but if you're talking about having guests over or introducing this to your kids who haven't had it before, this is a really easy way to do it. And one of the most important steps is cleaning the breast properly. And so you got to make sure you get rid of all the feathers, and there's this yellow fat that's like this type of sinew that's on there, and it tastes terrible. And so making sure you get that fat off, any of the excess pieces that are hanging off or whatever, you want to get rid of that. And then the blood and those kind of things, you want to get rid of those. And again, it's really going to help with doing the marinades because it'll draw out any of that you don't get. And also at the end of this video, I'm going to throw in some footage of with GoPros and maybe some drone footage. It was not really this particular hunt, but of some other ones we've done. So if you like that kind of stuff, stay tuned, and you can watch some GoPro video of us doing some pheasant hunting in different places. And we've done a lot of pheasant, and this is one of the favorite ways to do it. So with that, this is really simple. I'm a huge fan of the McCormicks. My go-to is this Mesquite rub or marinade, and it's just really good with pheasant. I mean, it just goes perfect with this type of pheasant. And then we'll marinate it and then grill it. Usually marinate it overnight. You don't have to, but when you're talking about wild game, overnight's probably preferred. But you can do it for a couple hours to 2 to 4 hours too, and it'll be fine. So we'll do that one, and then I haven't tried this one. So this one is Chipotle pepper, and so I haven't tried that one before, but it sounded good and it seems like it would go well with pheasant. So I'm gonna try that one. And for this particular video, the only ones that we're gonna eat on this one is the Chipotle one. The Mesquite one, I already know it's good and it works, and I'm going to prep those for a buddy of mine that I'm going to send with him so that he can cook them up and try them himself. So this piece of cake, you literally just open these up, and you've got a quarter cup of oil, a quarter cup of water, put it in a Ziploc bag, and you're good to go. And let them 2 to 4 hours or overnight. Wild game, that would be my recommendation. So with that, I'm going to get these in the marinade, and then we'll throw them on the grill once they've been marinated. So once I got it kind of zipped up there, I'm just going to kind of massage it into the meat. And that was something else I didn't mention. If you haven't hunted a lot, or if you have or you're doing it this way, make sure to get the pellets out, and you can feel them. So when you're cleaning it, you can press on the meat and you'll feel the pellets. Make sure to dig those out and then clean up those spaces around there, because there's nothing worse and more unappetizing than either biting into a pellet or pull a piece of feather out, because when the BBs go in, it can take some feathers down with it. So make sure that you thoroughly clean it and take care of it. But I just kind of like to massage it in, get it all set up, and then these will go in the refrigerator and they'll be good to go. Alrighty, so I marinated the pheasant and took it out and then got the grill up. It got about 415, 420, give or take, and then threw it on there. And so I'm gonna get this test drive to see what this new Chipotle tastes like. Obviously, like I mentioned, that I know what the Mesquite stuff is, and it's kind of the go-to and favorite one. But we'll give this one a go and see how we did. Looks really good, smells great. Oh man, that is an excellent flavor. That really goes well with pheasant. So, we're still nice and tender, juicy in there. It was only, five or so minutes aside on real hot. And that's very flavorful, it's tender, that's just really tasty. So, if you want to do wild pheasant, this is a good way to do it. And like I said, if you like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And there's going to be additional footage from some of the hunts that we've done with some GoPros and some other things like that. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. If not, thanks for watching and appreciate it. This is really good.